And welcome back, everybody, to another Slammin' GSA Association content thing. We've got none other than the 70-star tournament semifinals today with benjii64 on the left side and Mr. Puncayshun on the right side. And with me in the commentary booth, the illustrious, industrious, magnificent, most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life, Cheese of Counter Logic Gaming. How's it going, sir? It's going to be lit. It is going to be crazy. Now, you actually were eliminated by Punkay. Have you recovered from that? How are you feeling? Co-commentator, very salty. You could hear it leaking through the mic. Apparently you're muted. Are you muted right now? Are you or no?
Hello.
Co-commentator, not quite sure how to restream and commentate at the same time. Everyone very upset about this.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Everyone has been hearing me.
So you're gonna have to say all that again.
Alright, what I was saying is great to be here.
Yeah.
This is my second race I've done. I'm gonna be commentating for 70-star. And Benji versus Punkay. I was saying that Punkay is the favorite to win. Punkay is known as one of the most one of the most consistent runners of all time. But Benji has been doing really well, and I think if Punkay stumbles a lot and Benji has a good run, he could easily take this race. So it's anyone's game.
It is definitely anybody's game. Benji had been showing up, an up-and-comer in the community, definitely proven himself to be a very able speedrunner. Knows what he needs to do to get the fat dubs, has a great mentality, really is able to bounce back, and just has a generally nice outlook on the game. Might partly be due to his youth, I feel like, maybe. A lot more carefree, not too worried, you want to be relaxed. You don't want to be stressing. You don't want to be in your head about, oh man, I hope I can win and all this. You just got to do what you got to do. And Benji's definitely a guy who's going to do what he's got to do. Will he get this castle? It's incredible. That actually was dope. Nice. But yeah, Punkay, I don't know. Punkay had like this whole consistent thing going. I remember a while back, maybe a couple of years ago, he was basically unstoppable in the race scene. But it kind of died down. And it seemed like there was a point, actually, Cheese, where you became like the conqueror. It's like you got it sorted out and you started winning a lot more against Punkay. But Punkay seems to be back on the upswing, getting his race mentality back together, finding himself once again. But will he have the sauce to take out Benji is definitely a question. I'm willing to bet that I don't know. But you know what else? I'm also willing to bet, if I could, I'd be willing to bet some bones on Vi.gg. Shout out to Vi.gg for sponsoring this tournament along with the Super Metroid Any% and the SMO Any% tournaments, putting some fat prize pools up for these hard-working speedrunners and also allowing you as a viewer and, lovely denizen of GSA to, throw some bones on the line. Put your money where your mouth is and bet on these races that are going on. So shout outs to Vi.gg. Here we go. The race is started. I think Benji and Punkay both fairly fairly safe players. I don't feel like we're going to be seeing anything too crazy from either of them. What do you think, Cheese?
Yeah, I agree. Oh my lord,
are you
have
kidding?
mercy.
That must be the first moat I have ever seen on GSA. I really think that's the first moat I've ever seen. That calls for a little bit of a... All right, second try.
I can't believe what I'm just... as soon as I open my mouth and, yep, I was about to answer your question as well and be like, yeah, they're both really consistent players.
Well, that's not the right foot to start on, but we'll see how Benji bounces back. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely shown his ability to brush stuff off and just keep it going, so we'll have to see what ends up happening.
Yeah, but I mean, to go with your point, they are both really consistent players overall. And yeah, like I said, Puncay is like, you know, the most consistent runner, people say, so he's a tough one. And let's see if they're doing the same route. Because I think Benji still does CCM 18. I've never seen him do CCM 17.
CCM 18 kind of... There's some controversy surrounding it. Nothing, like, serious, but I definitely support the CCM 17 movement. I think that doing Kukul Mountain with 17 stars is the way to go, mostly just for... In case you miss some coins, you're a little bit shaky on the slide. You don't really have to worry about it too much, which is really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
What slide time is Benji going to get, Cheese?
Benji, I'm going to call a 12.7. The mighty... The neutral number.
Oh! Incredible power. Cheese with the call. Benji rocking that 12.7. I'm pretty sure Punky had a 12.8, so a nice fat 0.1 time save for Benji. That is huge and should be quite visible how much time that saved him. But here we are, baby. Womp's Fortress. It's been kicking butt, taking names. What's your view on Womp's Fortress, Cheese? Do you think it is as hard as it seems?
Womp's Fortress is it's a mind block, kind of. I think it's the first stage of the game, and to be honest, I don't think it's Womp's necessarily. I think it's the idea of the first stage of the game. So like, if the first stage was CCM or Real Bride, it didn't really matter. It's kind of like a mind block because it's normal for in the beginning of a run we don't pay attention to it as much as when we're in the middle or you know, going into Tippy or whatever. So especially I think that affects us in races. So when we do a race and we enter Womps, because it's a race we're automatically more concentrated. But because we're not used to being so concentrated in Womps in when we're doing runs, it feels a little bit weird. So we tend to be more afraid of Womps because of that. But I don't think necessarily Womps itself is that hard of a stage, apart from the fact that you could lose a lot of time in 100 coin or what have you.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I think that Womps, the only really glaringly hard star is 100. Mm-hmm. And both players, if you notice, are opting for the much safer 100 strat. Not going for those 5 coins on the ramp at the beginning gives them a lot more time to make this cycle coming up here. Punkay made it no problem. Punkay slipping around here on the islands, but Benji's looking great to make it just in time. And that's usually the biggest mistake you'll see. Sometimes people will have a midlife crisis with Candleless or Owless, but usually it's missing the cycle there, which loses you a pretty fat amount of time, especially if you miss the red. But both players landing it. Punkay wrapping up this 100 nicely, and Benji's looking great. He's actually saving good time on Punkay because Punkay had some slip-ups over on the rotating islands.
Yeah, Benji, I think his last race he had a perfect Womps in the beginning as well. Definitely a strong player in the beginning, it seems. You know, good, strong mindset. Maybe not getting too nervous, which is a good thing.
Yeah, he definitely seems like the moat has not phased him. And we've done... Oh no! Hold on! Hold the phone! Big jump dive and some fall damage for Benji. Silly mistake to make. Gonna lose him a bit of time, but not a huge deal. Punkay with a nice wild blue. Yeah, honestly, not too bad. Both players bringing in the heat and Womps, not letting the heat in the kitchen get to them. Talented veteran chefs here right now. Benji with the single jump. Oh! I don't know why he went for that. Oh, no. Man down. Code red. Somebody get the ambulance. Call the cops. Oh, no. Call the detective. There is a missing body. Body bag. Wow. Benji What the heck was that? What did I just see? Cheese?
Oh man, I mean, I think that's a typical you make one mistake and you get 10 times as scared kind of moment. So, and every time you make a mistake after that, it's kind of like steps of just like more and more nervousness hitting you, and you just make more and more mistakes.
Benji! Uh-oh! Benji is... Oh, gosh! No, Benji, what is happening? He is Mario meltdowning right now. This is a textbook meltdown. Probably piggybacking on from that mistake at Wablu. You know what I'm thinking? What happened is... Oh, man, I'm struggling with the womp. Benji needs to reset himself. Just needs to reset. Okay, that bonk's interesting. Not a huge deal. I think what happened is he was thinking about the single jump. He's like, should I go for it? Should I be a little flashy? And it messed up, and he's probably just, you know... I mean, obviously not happy with that, but I feel like if you're, you know, battling yourself, thinking about, should I go for this, should I not, and you end up going for it, and it doesn't work out, it stings a little bit more than if you're reserved, and it's just a slight slip up.
Definitely,
like you could have prevented it.
Definitely a nervous kind of situation, you know. The more mistakes you make, especially at such quick succession, it just gets worse. You get scared, you don't know what to do, and you just kind of shut down. It's really, really important to just stay calm, and especially in the race situations. I think it takes time as too. It takes time to get used to that.
Definitely, and Punkay, a veteran player. He's been around for a hot minute. Many races, live races, tournaments. He's seen it all. He's been around the block. Benji still, you know, got some things to learn. But I feel like after you finish a stage, you kind of reset a little bit. And then it's like, okay, I'm out of there now. I can leave it in the past.
12.7? Another 12.7 here for Benji? Oh, 12.8.
What?
The pausing. 12.8.
I don't know why he was pausing there. Benji might just be lying down and taking it right now. Punkay Jones with a striking lead, but not something that we haven't seen people come back from. We've seen worse.
Wing cap store ahead. I mean, it's not about 30 seconds, I would say. Which is,
yeah.
I mean, he still seemed to have... I don't know how much time he lost from the moat in the beginning, but I don't think it was quite 30 seconds either.
Yeah, definitely got a bit bibbity-bop. Oh, I thought he was going to miss that red, but got those 2 reds. It's all good. I mean, 30 seconds, that's like one pillarless death. Yeah. And another minor mistake, and you're basically back in.
Yeah, it's anybody's game.
Ooh, Punkay. See, not enough players do that. Punkay turning the camera to check where the Goomba is. The Goomba RNG will sometimes take you home.
That's actually
sometimes
funny.
Pop you.
I actually learned that from Punkay. I never used to do it either. And one day watching Punkay play years ago, I was like, this makes so much sense, and it kind of solves a lot of issues. You know, it helps you a lot. Little things like that in this game, you know, a lot of camera work is very, very helpful.
Definitely. I mean, if you got the proper camera, it's a lot easier to get the proper angles. A lot of times the angles are just a notch.
Yeah.
Ooh, Benji flexing out here. Hold on. Is this a Zaya cycle he's going for?
Ooh, doing the poverty shake cycle.
Yeah, very fast.
Apparently, it's actually faster than the normal Shigure cycle. Never really timed it myself, but it's interesting because it looks fairly a bit easier. I guess beginner friendly. And supposedly faster too. So
it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, Benji with the continued pausing. Not really sure what he's up to here. Some master plan. Might be a way to blow off steam for him. But Bowser giving him a dance. I really like Benji's colors. As an aside, oh, that spin! That was insane.
Yeah. Team snuck on wood.
You owe me a soda.
Yeah, man. I'll get that to you.
Alright. Tasty soda. Thank you for the soda, mate.
Yeah.
Punkay with the sky jump. Oh, and a dab from Benji. Can we get some dabs in the chat, please?
Speedrun dabs. A little bit of good luck.
Speedrun dab. If you don't have a speedrun dab, whatever kind of dabs you have in your arsenal are fine. Commentator dabbing a little early. Some foreshadowing. We do it, or we are rocking a slight delay here. So we'll get those dabs soon enough. But Punkay into Cool Mountain. Here he comes. Almost certainly rocking the Cool Mountain 17. Punkay actually rocks the Cool Mountain 17 and not double pillarless, which we see often.
Right.
Goes for Toxic Maze instead.
Definitely a safer route in general. I know Punkay particularly does not like the double pillars route. And I would actually agree with him there. I don't really like it either. But, I mean, it's fast. There's no doubt. But yeah, Toxic Maze is a pretty safe route. CCM 17 in general is always just a safer route in general, so... So Benjii touching the CCM door 11:28, Punkay touching 10:51, so a little bit more than 30 seconds lead right now for Punkay, but it's not nearly the end of the show at all, by any means.
Not at all. We have not even gotten to basement, and you can't even, not even close to Tippy yet. I mean, there's still so much. There's so much spaghetti left. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, Benjii slipping off the edge, but catching himself with a ledge grab. You don't see that often. People will typically slip right off that thing. Commentator slipping on the words over here. Might be slipping on something else. Nobody really sure. Not sure if he's qualified to be in the booth tonight, but Benjii moving on over towards the Lil Penguin. Got the catch. Pancake Jones moving on in the Cool Mountain 100. It's looking good.
Pancake Jones. Can we get a little bit of origin of that name?
Pancake Jones. Man, I don't even know. Okay, well, you know some of the origin.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Cheese was actually going to be on a TV show at some point. The honestest truth. I don't know how deep you want to go, but you can take it from here.
Yeah, I mean, I was somewhat of an actor, you may say. I was gonna be, well, I was on this show for one episode, and then I left the country, so that was over pretty quick. But I had no choice, you know. I wanted to leave and start a new life, but here we are, and now we're watching Pancake Jones.
All right, that's a great origin. Definitely clears up where the name comes from. Thank you very much. Go Commentator diving deep into his personal life. Benjii with the swag. Trying to come out and show that he does indeed have some swag. Lil Pump Jones. I like that.
Yep.
All right, and Punkay's in and out, no problem. Benjii gonna be here a little bit longer, but we'll be leaving with 18 stars, as we have, you know, been kind of talking about for the past bit. And the reason, if you are not aware that Cool Mountain 18 is so spicy, is because coming up, Benjii is going to be racing the Penguin and doing 100 at the same time. Oh, going for the safety red. Okay. You want to explain the safety red, Cheese? Why might he be grabbing that?
Well, you know, the CCM slide, especially for CCM 18, if you miss more than one coin in the slide, you automatically have to re-race or do the race again against the Penguin, because you won't have enough coins to reach 100 at the end of the slide, which means that you have to go back in the slide, get a coin, the 100 coin star, and then go back and re-race the Penguin.
Yep.
So it's a big time loss, and that is part of the reason why people tend to do CCM 17, because it eliminates that risk factor.
Yeah. Wait, CCM 17 or CCM? What did you say?
That's why people prefer the CCM 17. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but Benjii not messing it up, so he's good to go.
Yeah, not a huge deal. And in terms of time differences, what is the difference between these two routes?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I could tell you that it's not a lot of time at all. It's a few seconds at max. I think CCM 17 with double pillarless route with HMC late, which is the fastest 70-star route, it's only about 5 seconds or so faster in total compared to the CCM 18 route that Benjii is doing. So the route Punkay is doing, a few seconds at most. Really not a big deal.
Even with Toxic Maze?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I mean, even though I say it's not a big deal, I mean, you never know, because we've had so many races recently that ended frames apart, but, you know.
Sometimes not even. Sometimes on the same frame.
Right.
Insanity. Oh, Punkay, beautiful punch grab on Mips. We're heading into Shifting Sandland. This is sort of where the momentum picks up a bit, I'd say, in the 70-star speedrun. You got a lot more sauce to deal with right here. Pillarless, a huge trick make or break a run. Very easy to die on. Puncay's got the big bomb. It's looking pretty good. He's got the pounds. He's good.
Perfect.
Basically, once you cross that little last sand dune, you're pretty much in the clear.
Oh.
Nice stuff from Puncay, and that's it. Not going for double pillarless, as typically players going for a cool mountain 17 will do another pillarless. Benjii slipping a bit here in the house. It's all good though, nothing huge. Big Boo's Haunt, kind of a pretty neutral stage. I feel like it's not too shabby, not too difficult.
Puncay having a sweet Talon Star. Fly Guy not messing with him. So SSL is, especially for 70 star, it's not only is it tough because of pillarless, but the Fly Guy on the Talon Star that Puncay just completed sometimes can play with you a lot. Sometimes it decides to fly away or give you bad RNG, and you have no choice basically but to do a different star as a backup, because it kind of messes up with the whole cycle. But apart from that, pretty short, pretty easy.
Yeah, and Puncay's in and out. That's it. Benjii also with a beautiful punch grab. Some players will go for the dive, and when you dive, you have to get up after the dive. But, oh, goodness gracious. A huge backflip from Benjii into the star. It's going to cost him a cheeky little bit of time. Puncay with the nice red strat. Very, very clean.
So as you'll notice, Puncay leaves SSL with 23 stars. Benjii is actually going to leave SSL with 24 stars. Again, because of the rad difference. But the rad is going to sync up right after the end of HMC, because Puncay is going to get an extra star in HMC, and we'll be even in the route after that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Benjii's going to opt for an HMC late or not.
That's a good question, actually.
Oh, Benjii thought he was done with Shifting Sandland. Only got 1 star, getting ahead of himself here. Might be in a different place in his mind. I don't know, man. He's just looking just a tiny bit frazzled, and you can't blame him, considering what has happened in this race so far. That moat right off the bat, definitely not good for your rib cage.
It's funny that happened because that has actually happened to me on quite a few occasions where I'm so fixated on thinking about where my opponent is or how I'm performing. I totally forget what stage I'm in sometimes, and I have to or I'll try to go to a different stage on accident like Benjii did.
Yeah, mind moving faster than the hands, basically. Gotta have that sync. Benjii with the desync, but he looks synced back up. Puncay had a really nice lava boost. Looking really good here, though, so far in basement. Not providing any openings for Benjii. Puncay, honestly, he's showing up in these GSA tournaments. I mean, he's gotten very far in the Triple Bingo tournament. I'm not exactly sure his positioning. I think he's waiting in finals.
Yeah, grand finals.
About that. Yeah. And, I mean, if he wins this, he'll be in the finals. So, it's happening. Which are happening this weekend.
Tomorrow, actually, on the 21st.
Yeah, tomorrow and Saturday. We've got the finals coming up. Tournament's coming to a conclusion. It's been an incredible journey. But who's going to be there? Benjii or Puncay? We still don't know. Puncay obviously rocking a lead. But, I mean, come on. It's a tournament. It's speed running. Something crazy tends to happen. Oh, Puncay going for the ledge grab. Skip that is an incredibly difficult strat. Can he get the bullies?
Oh, wow.
That was nice.
That was perfect.
That was nice. I don't think I've seen somebody execute that strat perfectly yet. Puncay updating, upgrading. He's a new man. For a while, there was kind of a... Yeah, there was kind of a joke, I'd say, where Puncay was... I mean, I was clowning on him. I call him a dinosaur because he was kind of stuck in, the old strats. Very consistent with them, of course, but just losing a lot of speed to the new strats. But he's been updating. I can't call him a dinosaur anymore.
Dinosaur. That's perfect.
Dinosaur Jones.
Dinosaur Jones. Both ledge grab skips perfect. No issues at all.
Benjii having a tough time getting that wing cap. Yeah, Puncay's just looking sort of like a robot right now. Benjii with the mistakes here and there. He can't seem to get his flow going. It's like he'll have a good star, and then he'll have an okay star, and then he'll have a good star, and then... I feel like you really need to build your momentum. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes when you make one mistake, it restarts your momentum sometimes, and you have to rebuild it back up.
Definitely. it also depends on the player's mentality. Punkay with the beautiful toxic maze clip. Benjii also, was that a ledge grab skip? Oh, getting
I
sent.
think it was. Not quite nailing the bullies, but oof.
Oh my goodness, this is tough.
Getting hit
sometimes the
and
bullies
hitting.
do not cooperate.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually made the ledge grab skip for that star actually makes the bullies quite a lot more difficult. It kind of makes the cycle a bit weird, so it takes a long time to understand. But alright, so Punkay getting the toxic maze star, and from now on the routes are gonna be back synced up, and yeah, so we'll see now. It's all about Benjii playing consistent and hoping that Punkay would mess up so he can gain more of a I guess close the gap a bit.
Yeah. Waiting for an opening to strike.
Yeah.
But Punkay not opening up. He's got that dragon armor on, fresh buckler on his left hand. He's got a big fat scimitar in his right hand.
For sure.
99 defense. Doesn't look like he'll be opening up, but you never know. Might get a chink in his armor in Fire Sea. Oh no, Benjii! What is going? What?
Benjii's
No!
dead.
No! Benjii taking a death. Oh, that was hard to watch. He could have survived, but it was a really awkward situation. This is rough.
One of the hardest parts in NLL for sure. It's kind of funny too because that specific block there, it's a lot of times if you fall off of that block, it's almost like you have no choice but to die, and it's probably one of the saddest moments in Mario where you fall off there and there's like a 1 second frame time where you just have to like accept death and you have nothing to do about it. It's really sad.
Yeah, when you know it's coming and you have no choice but to just lie down and take it.
Yep.
Definitely happens a fair amount, but Leaf Lavaland comes to mind. Benjii with the frequent pauses. Might need to take a longer pause. I don't know if these pauses are enough for him to catch his breath and reset his mind. But both of them in Hazy Maze Cave, so we are seeing a synced up route. Benjii could have just went to Dire Docks. Oh, going for the triple jump box.
Ooh,
wow, that was actually a super nice backup.
Really,
This
really.
angle, not as nice, but you know, it'll still work out.
Very, very quick thinking and good reaction. I mean, that's what it's all about too in races. The backup strats are almost sometimes even more important than the strats you already know.
Definitely. Nothing hurts more than, you know, messing up, first of all, a strat that you know well, but then the backup just goes horribly wrong and you lose even more time. Like, you gotta be prepared. You gotta have the backups on deck. Oh no, Benjii! What's the plan?
Benjii
Okay,
pausing.
extendo pause. Alright, I didn't even think that was gonna make it over the wall. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
me
pressing the button. Oh, okay. Alright.
Very surprised. How did that? Wow. Surprised about that. Well, Benjii, hopefully that pause was long enough to take some breaths and restart.
Yeah, I think taking the commentator's advice, taking a longer breath, hopefully we will see a new, fresh, cleaned up, suave Benjii that we're so used to. I mean, Benji's honestly been killing it in these tournaments. I just think he got off to the wrong start, and it relates back to that whole racer mentality. You gotta dust it off. Dust it, dirt it off your shoulder. Okay, with some crazy strokes out here. Look at how he's doing it. The incredible swims, the A presses. Look at how he presses that A button. Are you seeing this? Right in that star. Oh my goodness.
Best
Punkay,
A pressing
the
I've
man
ever
himself.
seen.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Can he do it again, though? Flawless swimming, you know, not something to be shaking a stick at. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure that's the saying. I'd shake a stick at it, though.
I mean, never heard of it, but I'm gonna trust the commentator on this one. Punkay.
Chat, help me out here. Help me out. There's a saying, something about shaking a stick. Please shake your stick in chat.
Punkay might go for front sub here, which is slightly faster than the fin strat. Very hard too, though. If he messes it up, could be quite a big time loss. All right, seems to be going for it.
Yeah, especially on Nintendo 64, you get a lot of lag from the sub.
Yep.
It's looking good, though.
Perfect.
He's out there.
Perfect execution, perfect star grabbing, perfect gameplay.
incredible power radiating from the right side of the screen, but Benji charging up. Super Saiyan 1. Puncay sitting at Super Saiyan 4.
Manta Ray Star, another hard one. This star is notorious for being one of the hardest, one of the most time-draining stars, because if you miss merely one ring, it can mess up the whole... Well, first of all, when you mess up a ring, you have to start over and get all the 5 rings in succession again from scratch, and that could cause a lot of time loss. But, you know, nailing it and down to Fire Sea.
Tell us about Fire Sea, please. Give me some information.
It's no more easier than DDD, I can tell you that one. So, this is the second Bowser level. He's gonna collect all 8 red coins here and grab the star. This is probably... It's also notorious for its difficulty, or it's known for being the hardest Bowser level, and one of the hardest stars in the entire game, actually. But Puncay, you know, is proving his dominance here. I mean, he's doing it perfectly, getting lava boost cycle.
Nice.
No problemo. Let's see if he could do the ending just as good, because, you know, lava boost is one thing, but the ending is also really difficult.
Looking good.
Yeah, looking good.
Nice.
Oh,
grabbing that pole, but still. Oh, what's the plan here? Is he gonna be able to grab that ledge? Benji pausing in the middle of Dire Docks. We're gonna have to ask him what's up with the pausing, because it's not doing him any good. I can tell you that. But yeah, that's gonna be tough. I mean, Benji basically, there's nothing opening up. Like little things here and there from Puncay. I mean, Benji could save a little bit of time here in Fire Sea if he gets a very solid lava boost and great ending. He can pick up some time over Puncay, but we'll just have to see what he's got. Pack it in the bag. First, we got Manta. Nice throw from Puncay. I'll go ahead and take this time once again to shout out our sponsor, Vi.GG, for sponsoring these tournaments with prize pools. Oh, hold on a second. Before we get there, Benji. Is he getting Manta'd? Benji, no! Oh no, that ring's about to disappear. And it's gone.
So this
now...
This is what I talked about earlier.
Nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. It's what I mentioned earlier. And
he's going for the tornado. This is the cheese strat, I'd say.
I mean, honestly, I could totally agree with this. This is... messing up Manta Ray is one of the most confusing things in Mario, because the rings are very, very, very hard to understand, because the hitboxes are actually not what they seem to be. So it's better to just, you know, die and try it again, in my opinion.
Yeah, Pan and Koak, shoutouts to the man himself. And again, Benji getting Manta'd. He's going... What's he gonna do? Oh no, Benji. People, seriously, okay, runners out there, a PSA from your boy Big Simp, please, somebody find that picture from Pan and Koak. He has a beautiful graphic displaying what the rings look like on screen versus the actual hitbox. And it clears a lot of things up, and you can actually back it up if you start missing the Manta rings. Benji being basically left in the dirt. And Puncay, I mean, usually we're just looking at the status of the race, but look at the status of Puncay's run. Look at the timer. This guy is... Yeah. This is possibly PB pace for Puncay.
Really, really, really good. Again, I mean, Puncay... I'm not too surprised. He's so consistent, you know, always pulling off a good run.
Yeah, Puncay is wide awake. He wants those bones. Speaking of those bones, Vi.GG sponsoring the tournament, as I was saying. Exclamation point bet in the chat, or you can check out the panels below. If you are of legal age or in legal residency, and in legal residency, you may bet on the races going on in our 70-star tournament, the Metroid any percent and Odyssey any percent. Benji and Fire Sea, what does he got going?
Oh, Benji pausing.
Okay. And this is a not lava boost. Malfunction. Mario.exe has stopped working. Please update your operating system. Replace your benjii64 with the benjii65. Oh, Puncay getting clapped by the scuttlebug there.
Clapped.
Sorry. Yeah, absolutely clapped. Poor cheeks.
Can you tell me
But
a little
moving
bit
on
more
along.
about this clap? What does clapped mean?
Getting clapped is basically, you know, oh my goodness, Benji, no! What is going on? He's not looking like himself. He's going back to the intro, okay? Benji, not really sure what he wants to do. I feel like at this point he's lost hope. And you can't blame him.
Yeah, it's hard to say at this point. It's you know, if you know you're gonna lose a race, you know, it's kind of like, do I finish it or do I just, you know, stop and get myself together again and, you know, hope for the next race.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, okay, run culture, like, this run would have been reset a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
And most players are doing lots of runs. Like, that's the mentality that they're sort of locked into,
Right.
is, okay, this run is not PB pace. It's not realistic that I'm going to PB, so I'm going to go ahead and reset it. And then you get that same instinct in a race, so you just can't turn it off. So perfectly understandable for Benji to be feeling the way he's feeling about the run. Punkay continuing to accelerate, making plays happen upstairs.
Yeah, definitely. And to add to that point, you know, runners being so used to resetting a lot and trying to go for PBs, it's another thing that is really hard to get used to, but it's really important as a racer or, you know, just taking part in tournaments in general, is getting over that feeling of wanting to reset a run when you're not performing well. You know, you have to just play through it, and it's all part of the race environment.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, racing is still, like, sort of becoming new. It's, like, becoming more cemented in the community, becoming more part of the speedrun culture and structure. So players are sort of in this weird phase right now where they're adapting and sort of figuring out what their race mentality looks like. Some players certainly more well-fitted for races than others, as we've seen. Punkay looking amazing, very confident in his strats. Okay, as I say it, he takes a big dip and definitely not saving time with the strat, but that's besides the point. Punkay is popping off for the most part. He's looking really solid in this race. Might just snag perhaps might actually snag the hottest time that we've seen in the tournament.
It's very
I'm
possible.
pretty sure D whatever might have it with like a mid 48.
He's definitely on pace. There's no doubt about it. And if dare I might say it, even on PB pace potentially. But I don't want to cause any commentators curse right here, even though, you know, it's pretty much unavoidable. But we'll see what happens.
We will indeed. Benji making his way into wet dry world, and he's got some work to do. Might need to perhaps hire somebody to run to Punkay's house and turn his controller off, turn his Nintendo off.
No, just the controller. Just turn the controller off.
Yeah, he just pressed the off button on the controller that is very visible on the front of it. Commentator definitely seen a Nintendo controller before, has certainly played the game. You could tell by the commentary. Knows what he's talking about. Punkay with a beautiful Toad Star. Just amazing. Heading on into Tall Mountain. Tall Mountain kind of has been taking names in this tournament. It's an awkward stage. Because you beautiful breezeless from Punkay. That is a great way to start Tall Mountain, I gotta say.
I mean, again, yeah, Punkay's actually really good at breezeless. I don't think I know anybody as good as him on that start. So for those who didn't know what on earth just happened, basically it was a, how do I even explain this? I mean, it's as simple as it looks. You set up for a triple jump, and it's just a very precise triple jump, and with enough height on the triple jump, when you wall kick, you can clip into the wall just enough and get on top and skip all of the doody-da of going on top. So pretty good time save, but one of the hardest stars in the entire game, actually. If not, a lot of people say that it's the hardest star. I would actually agree with that one.
Yeah, definitely a very hard strat. It's up there. I've definitely put it in the top 5 hardest strats in Mario 64, alongside side BLJ. Definitely another big one.
Definitely. BLJs in general are just
beautiful.
Hard.
Yeah. Nice log wall kicks from Punkay. Moving along here in Tall Mountain. Nothing really stopping him, dude. He's got the groove. But Tippy is coming up shortly. Oh no, Benji missing the rollout. Okay, he knows exactly what he wants to do. Gonna go for this triple jump wall kick back up. Some players have gotten absolutely destroyed by this backup, but
almost grabbing the star.
That would have been bad news.
Yep. Oh, double jump kick. I never knew that was possible. Okay.
That makes sense, but yeah, no, I've never seen somebody do that. Benji just on the fly, coming up with some new movement. Good backup. Oh, triple jump dive in the star. Little flashy, not optimal, but you know, Benji been kind of swagging out a bit, keeping us entertained on the left side while Punkay's sort of popping off on the right side.
I mean, that's one way to look at it, you know, or, you know, if you know you're doing badly and you know, just have some fun and be a bit flashy, why not? Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. For sure. And we're rocking a lot of viewers right now. I gotta say, thank you to everybody watching. Hope that you're enjoying the show. GSA putting out content very often. I mean, daily, many hours of races. We got Super Metroid, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart Double Dash. I think is that still going on?
Yep.
And branching out, you know, slowly
Celeste
but surely,
as well.
GSA making moves. Celeste will be coming up, indeed. So drop a follow if you're a fan of the competitive speedrunning content, because it's not going anywhere but up. Simp up.
Simp up, everybody.
Commentator, you know, trying to get his emotes out there, hoping to get a couple subs. Oh, Benji with the bonk. Wait, I thought he got that.
I think he did.
Okay.
I think he I think he thought he didn't.
Yeah. That's what it looked like. Oh, triple jump, not quite enough.
I'm pretty sure what to do
okay.
here.
Here's the swag. Okay.
Not quite. Puncay is still playing like a god. I haven't noticed a single mistake actually since THI. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, look at the pace, dude. Just look at that pace.
I'm looking at it.
What do you think of it?
I think it's amazing.
Really?
No.
Commentator sending very mixed messages. Hard to really pinpoint where he's at or if he's even, you know, alive or awake. Nut button. Oh goodness, Benji getting completely denied by that huge Goomba.
Getting clapped, as commentator would say.
Yeah, clapped. I don't want to use it too much, but man, it's a good word. I gotta say.
It's pretty good.
Okay. The snow just a little too white on Punkay's screen. My eyeballs slightly burning in their socket, but pretty nice reds. You know, people do typically clown on players for doing reds. It's sort of a joke because of a newer 70-star route that is out there where you go to Hazy Maze Cave late and get the second MIPS instead of getting reds. But Punkay basically just flexing on everybody, going for the Snowman's Land reds and on a super hot run, saying, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna just do what I want to do.
Second and last star for Puncay and SL. And then it's Tippy time. It's the scariest part of the game. And apparently, as I'm seeing in chat, Puncay had a really bad Tippy in his PB. So once again, this is definitely a PB pace for him. But in saying that, you know, Tippy is Tippy. And for those who don't know what Tippy is, by the way, it's the stages on the top of the castle, TTC, TikTok Clock, that is, and Rainbow Ride and Bowser in the Sky and all that. Tends to be the hardest part of the run, so, you know, we'll see what happens from now on, but definitely fire pace from Puncay.
Yeah. I mean, a low 39 coming out of Snowman's Land, that's 48, maybe even 47 pace. What's like a super perfect Tippy segment?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you 3 years ago, but things have changed. Benji pulling off the breezes. Both breezes successful in this race. Very surprising considering how hard that trick is. I didn't even know Benji does breezes, so that was pretty nice to see.
Indeed. All right, here we are. Oh, and Puncay not going for his typical glitchy wall kick could be a testament to his more conservative racing style.
I think it's too. I think he probably knows he's on PB pace and he wants to play it safe.
Yeah.
Would be quite amazing to see a PB in such an optimized category live here on GSA.
It would be, and it's interesting how the dynamic changes. Like all of a sudden, okay, Benji struggling a bit. He's got the side flip. Okay, doing it. It's an interesting thing that happens once you're on PB pace because you've already got the pressure of being in a race, but then now you're like, oh man, I could PB. And then it's like double.
Yep.
I did the math. It's exactly double.
Exactly times 2, yeah.
Oh!
Puncay.
Nice back up. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Nothing serious. Nothing too big.
He's back in there.
Oh, Puncay.
Okay. All right. The backups are good. He's not losing too much time from these little flubs. Oh, wow. That was kind of crazy. Benji is really struggling with this TTM mountain clip. It's just not happening. But there it goes. Happening.
Interesting clip there. Okay, so Puncay, a few seconds lost. I mean, not a big deal. He's keeping his composure. You could see he's not getting too scared. Benji
with the Mario cam. It's Mario has melted away. This is just a skeleton right here. Okay, the Shy Guy strats from Benji sliding around. Puncay.
Oh my god.
He's definitely nervous, and I mean for good reason. He's really struggling to keep it together on these stars. Just little flubs. They add up so fast. If you lose 1-2 seconds on every star, before you know it, you've lost 10-20 seconds, and you're no longer on PB pace.
So, interesting to note there. Puncay, that is probably one of the most clutchest backups that you could perform. The only way that you can back up from missing the platform is by getting a frame-perfect wall kick, and Puncay happened to pull it off. Very, very scary, but very clutch as well moment by Puncay.
Ooh, the new swinging in the breeze strat.
Perfect.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Now, I know Puncay has practiced that star probably much more than any other person who's done that star. So, definitely very consistent. Not surprised you pulled it off. Oh, Puncay.
What just happened? I looked away for a second. I saw him bonking next to the Toad.
Toad getting a little bit pissed that Mario doesn't really want to talk to him, but...
That'd be funny if Toad had just this RNG chance to just slap you.
It just does not spawn, period. Okay, so forced to enter the stage a little bit late, so it's gonna lose a few seconds because of that, but no big deal once again.
Yeah, and it actually, he's losing more time than it looks like because he could have entered the clock at time stop, and now when he pops out of the stage, you need to wait an additional, what, like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
So actually a bigger time loss than it appears for Puncay there. Benji with the strats, he's going for the side flip.
Oh.
Can he? Oh, not okay. What's next? All right, he's not losing his hat.
What is gonna happen here?
What?
Whoa, Benji! That was insane.
Sick. That was sick. Benji, you know, keeping us entertained for sure.
Wow.
This is like 2 shows at once. You've got Benji, the street performer, on the left side, and Puncay, the PB pace man.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Benji was just gonna get blown away by the snowman on purpose. I didn't expect that at all. That was really cool. Benji doing some other weird. Oh.
I don't know what the plan was there. He had something. I was hyped on it. Puncay getting these time moving strats.
Perfect.
Easy money. Taking candy from a baby. Taking stars from the clock. Might as well be synonyms.
Right. The scariest star is up next. TTC 100. This is the star of all stars potentially in 70 star. The most mistakes happen on this. Quite a bit of coin RNG. You know. Just very scary in general. And anything you could fall down and very easily lose a lot of time.
Ooh, nice ground pound for Benji. Yeah, 100 is the big daddy of TikTok clock, and Puncay starting it off nice. I think the start is the hardest. Once you're at this point, it's pretty smooth flowing.
Unless you fall down.
Unless you fall down and die.
Yeah.
Or fall down on the pancake flipper and get heave-hoed into oblivion.
Right.
Or you hit an invisible wall and get your cheeks clapped. But yeah, there's, you know, for the most part, it's pretty safe, pretty easy flowing. Rowing his boat. He's got the oar in hand.
Oof.
And the current is on his side. The wind is blowing. It's a beautiful star-lit night. puncayshun moving through the sea.
Close.
Woo.
All good. Okay. Beautiful TTC 100. A little bit of bad RNG, but not really sure what to do there. So this ending is going to be a little bit awkward because he has to do a backup here. He can't do the, you know, yeah. Oh, ooh. Very interesting. Okay. Didn't expect that one.
That was hot.
Pretty good.
Puncay thinking quickly on his feet. He's got 2 more stars left, and it appears that he is, in fact, I think he's still on PB pace, man.
Yeah, probably. But you don't want to say anything. You know, Commentators curse. We don't want that to happen.
I mean, if there was a curse, I feel like it would have happened by now.
Probably. Yeah.
But maybe just as I say that, he bonks and dies. Oh, okay, Benji getting the bonk instead. Having a WWE cage match here. Oh, he's swinging. Okay.
Definitely a
The
cage
combos.
match. Bully taking Mario. Oh, Mario with the surprise jump kick. Punky kind of messing up on the end. Time jumps and moving bars. The bars aren't moving, so it's not really timed jumps after all. But getting the star, no problem. Might still be on PB pace. One more star left. Actually, it's interesting to mention, he didn't opt for Toad after, because you can either grab the Toad star after TTC or before, and he opted to grab it before, which is actually 1 second slower, more or less. So it's surprising that he opted for that. Not getting the free time save.
Alright, Benji now joining Punkay in the tip top of this tower fun, and Punkay is indeed on PB pace. I think it's barely possible. Like a couple second PB is on the line.
Very, very close.
Okay, Benji with the backflip ground pound. So for those that don't know, Punkay has a 48-18, I believe.
Yeah.
And it appears that he can get like a 48-15.
No, he could probably PB realistically by about 10 seconds, I believe, if he has a perfect ending. Of course, this ending is not easy. Buzz in the sky, no reds. I would argue that it's even harder than with reds. I don't really like the no reds because it's a very hard triple jump coming up. But if Pumpkin nails it, then he has a big bad Bowser 3. And, you know, if once he gets all 3 throws, he would get a PB here. Going for right side.
Yep, that's the right side.
Sorry, left side. Streamer not knowing left from right. Okay, perfect. Now it's up the throws.
Lakitu playing with Benji's heart and Punkay playing with our hearts. I don't know if my heart can take it. And wow, even faster than I thought. Punkay could get a fat 10-12 second PB right here if he can land these throws. Down to the line. Here we go.
Heart is racing.
All right, winding it up.
That's one.
That's one throw. 2 more to secure a PB and a spot in the finals. Confirmed in the money. 1 more throw for Punkay. Winding it up.
Oh my lord!
And he's got it.
What a beautiful ending. I can't believe it.
That's insane. Craigasm. Can we get some Craigasms, please? Some dabs, some clocks.
Punkay with the PB, 48.08, 10-second PB. Commentator on perfect time with that PB. Prediction, 10 seconds exactly. Beautiful run by Punkay. I mean, what else is there to say? Punkay with the consistency, the speed.
Bringing it.
As usual. Racking up a PB and a win here.
Yeah. We'll get him in here in a moment to talk about that. I'm not sure if Benji wants to wrap up his run. Perhaps he does. But, oh my goodness. Punkay doing it. Getting that fat PB. That also is now the best time we've seen in the tournament. Punkay landing a PB. He's in the call with us now. How are you feeling, man? Congratulations.
Dude, when I saw the SL
also
time,
is now the best
I'm like,
time we've seen in the tournament.
What is going on?
Landing a PB. He's in the call.
I'm like minus. I think I was like minus 11. Compared to my 48.20. So I'm like, if I get like a near perfect tippy, I'm on like legit 47 pace, pretty sure. Of course, I needed like, you know, a tippy that was way better than that, but that was insane. Like so many times throughout that race, I just saw like how well I was playing. I'm like, this is just actually insane. I'm playing so well right now. I'm really glad that I was recording on Emmerich. I can like upload this to YouTube or something.
Yeah, I mean, I personally I didn't notice any big mistake at all in that entire run. There were a few, you know, mishaps. I didn't pay attention too much to your Wump Fortress. I think you had a pretty decent Wumps. Your beginning was solid.
My Wumps is like, it was like a 641, I think, which is like it's pretty good for a race.
Yep, and yeah, you know, your basement is great. Everything was good, so yeah, nice little.
I can't believe I just did that. I made so many mistakes in in Tippy, and after I exited Rainbow Ride and I like screwed up to talk to the Toad, I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure like a PB is over. I'm not like entirely sure though, and like I kept on screwing up things in TikTok, and I was like, okay, it's got to be over now. Then I did Reds, and I'm like, what the heck? I can get like a 4810 or something, and I get like a good sky, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just did that.
I mean,
that's actually absurd.
No island hop either, so you know you don't even need island hop for PBs at this point, it seems. And but I guess the question is, do you see yourself grinding 70 star? Do you want to keep PBing? Do you want to get that 47 possibly world record and bot me?
I kind of want to go back to 120. I think the main reason I've been doing 70 is because of the tournament going on. But like, I think after this is over, I'm just gonna go back to 120 and just like really struggle to get a PB and make my life be in shambles once again.
I mean, it's your choice, but maybe
I really. 120 star PB is like long overdue. I think I'm so much better than what I have.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. You know, you PB twice in 70 star recently, so it would make sense to go back to 120. Or either way, I mean, you're obviously doing a good job. I mean,
there's something I want to say though. Like a couple hours before this race here, I decided to do like an offline 70 star run, and I don't even think I got a 49. I was playing so poorly, and I was like, what the heck, man? So, like, the fact that I can just play offline, play so poorly, and then just do this race and play extremely well is pretty nutty. And my Fire Sea was like... It was like a 2808 or something without Island Hop, and for... Not many people might be familiar, because it's like the older route, but if you don't do HMC late, a 27 anything Fire Sea is like a really, really good run. Yeah, like definitely. Super good.
I'm pretty sure the world record had a 27, or at least the first 47 had a 27:53 or something. So you were really close. I mean, I don't know if you could have gotten a world record after Fire Sea, but it was really close nonetheless.
World record was it was probably over after Fire Sea.
Yeah, that would Island Hop too, not happening.
I know that when I finished CCM, I got like a 13:20 CCM. That's like 20 seconds, or roughly 20 seconds off world record, and I did safe strats to multiple places and no like HMC late route, so I think there's like no way I was gonna world record. But yeah, when I was finishing up SL, I was like, this run is actually insane. Like I'm doing a race, but I'm like treating this as like a PB attempt at this point, because I can legit PB here.
You popped off, man. Congratulations. I want to ask you one question before we close this out. What are you thinking going forward into finals, facing off against D whatever? What do you think?
He's gonna be really hard to beat. If he like plays really well, his movement is overall like better than mine. So if he plays really well, I'm kind of screwed because he can just like go a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. But I've proven how consistent I am, and consistency is like, it's just like pretty much my strat for races. I like to do like a few strats, like for pillarless, for example. I'm doing like the baby strat because it's so free.
Yeah.
I just like to play that way in races.
Sure.
Like
awesome.
I literally just got a 4808 when I did like multiple strats that are not optimal. So
yeah, man. At the end of the day, it's about that movement. Well, good stuff, Punkay. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing you popping off in the grand finals. So good luck there. Thank you, everybody, for watching once again. We hope that you enjoyed it. And don't go anywhere because we got Super Mario Odyssey coming up after this. Lil Curbs versus Susaiga. Make sure to throw a follow down on the channel if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I do want to shout out Vi once more, !bet in the chat, or check out the banner below. There's not many races left, so if you're trying to throw some money down, if you're of legal age and in a legal country, you may do just that. Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure commentating with you, Cheese. Peace out, gang.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.